Welcome back to the simulation, and this time we are in the Sun encampment. I need to talk to all the NPCs, which are not on the waypoint.
Fighting is a necessity here in Rayclast. It comes straight after breathing and right before eating on the "How do I keep myself alive today" list. Which reminds me, anytime you feel like a little pre-breakfast tussle, come and find me out there in San. I'll be happy to kick the sleep out of your eyes. Oh, and I'm not just good at killing people, you know. I'm also good at making things that kill people. It's a little hobby of mine, something I'm perfecting in preparation of hanging up my champion's mantle someday. And the funny thing is, the more killing I do, the more of a killing I make. You have to have the goods to make the goods, I suppose. Anyhow, I'm always happy to show off my wares, should you have the hankering. There's my favorite fighter. I've just been putting some finishing touches on a few martial bits and bobs. Rather nifty they are, if I do say so myself. In fact, I do believe I'm getting better at this frontier shopkeeper malarkey all the time. Certainly developing an eye for quality at any rate. Must be your good influence rubbing off me. So feel free to peruse my wares anytime you like. Mates rates guaranteed. You and I, we're what you call mature fighters. Seasoned. We've done our time kipping in ditches, getting a few winks with our back against a tree. We've earned a holdfast, a little posse to call our own. And I know just the place. You interested?
Maybe, depends. Holy shit! Dialogue upon dialogue. This was just the instructions. But I think multiple instructions, because I was talking to him the first time actually after after I finished his first quest. Now I finished like 3, I think, maybe in quests. Anyway, the duelist, plural.
Do you know where the duelist tradition came from, Exile? The Ezamites. Early on, those Western potato munchers worked out that war was a pretty bloody stupid idea, at least for the wholesale slaughter side of it. So they fashioned themselves a tradition of championship. Here's how an Ezamite battle would go. Both sides get dressed up in their fiercest and finest war garb. They'd all prance about, banging drums and flinging curses at each other. Then when everyone was het up enough, a few chosen lads or lasses would step forward and fight it out. To the death, usually. The point of it all? My champions win, and I get to have that fish-filled estuary on my border. Your champions win, and I hand over a few hundred cows. Deal done, and most of us get to go home. The Eternals pinched the idea from the Ezamites, and the Oriathans pinched the idea from the Eternals.
Interesting. But still, there's always one dude dying, and that is not always nice. Anyway, what I see, the Master Assassin.
I don't take a man's life in a duel. I earn it. Varici steals lives, like he steals everything else.
Well, he's not a thief, he's just an assassin. That's something different.
As fine as she is feral. That's Tora. Nice to watch from afar. Up close, I'm not a fan of claw marks on my ass.
Say, Katarina and Master of the Dead.
Sometime soon, I'm going to teach Katarina the definition of rest in peace. Elrion has his battles, and I have mine. Yet we fight for the same god.
No, it's a god you're fighting for. Why do you need to do this? Can't the god just fight for himself? Isn't that the whole purpose of being a god? Being all-powerful and stuff. So...
The Karui have spent centuries perfecting the art of war, and Haku is one of their finest artists.
Nice. Now, purchase items. What do we got here? We got the dual strike. Attacks with both weapons, dealing the damage of both in one strike. Dual wield only. Doesn't work with wands. Okay, yeah, of course. But you have multi-strike, you have dual strike. You can actually attack 4 times. Not dealing 4 times as much damage, but maybe just twice as much. But that's actually pretty interesting. Dual wield and multi-strike. Wow. Range attack totem. Oh yeah. Supported attacks. Supported attack skills cannot be used with melee. Of course. And attacks plural used by totem have 30% less attack speed. Okay. Well, wait. Attacks supports any bow or wand attack skill. Instead of using that skill, you will summon a totem that uses the skill for you. Okay, there's the same thing with the magic totem, I think. It does the same. So, there we go. Finally, we got a nice, interesting, yeah, rune, stone, whatever, gem, stone golem. Actually, the golem I wanted to find here. Summons a stone golem that grants you life regeneration in addition to its melee attack. The stone golem uses a rolling charge and a powerful slam that can taunt enemies. Taunt enemies is good. Can summon up to one golem at a time, 30% increased minion maximum life. Okay, that's almost always the case. And they grant 30 free life regeneration per second. Okay. That's actually pretty neat. But yeah, he has a rolling charge and a powerful slam that can taunt enemies. The good thing is, he charges forward and yeah, gets right in the fight. Let's just get this one here. I have no idea what kind of damage it does. Like, it's definitely not fire. So where's my, this is a lot of ash, this was the ice crash, and this was the flame golem. Alright, flame golem is double. Let's just put this one over here. We get B and F. Okay. Shouldn't the rest be I think marking does not... Usually it's marked, like, yeah, like this one, you have ice crash, and this one is highlighted as well, because they are connected, they work together. Okay. Minion spell golem, fire support, support chain. Okay, there's no. This is not the one that's needed here. And this one is gain 39% of physical damage extra fire. That one works, and this one is burning damage because of that fire. All right, so I could get rid of the chain support. Actually, do something else here. That's that's my stash. The stash was down there. Alright. So bloody stash, the bloody stash, the bloody stash. I don't need anger, we need something that improves the golem a little bit. And also the flame golem is something I use that can... actually something that's upgraded and I use more often than not. Wow, across level 30, yeah. 36, that's pretty neat. Alright, this one is 58. That, okay. 18% increase in damage is also kind of neat, but no, we don't need bonus. Bonus damage is nice and all, but it's usually not the damage that we lack. What about the ice golem? What was it? There we go. This one? No, it's chaos golem. 3% additional physical damage reduction. Neat, but no. Elemental proliferation support. 10% increased duration of elemental ailments. No. Critical strikes? No. I need something green. Something green. Onslaught. Supported skills have 25% chance to grant onslaught for 8 seconds, dealing a killing blow. No. Hypothermia. Supported skills have 10% chance to freeze enemy. Okay, this one is usually just used with a... It works! Look at that. Supported skills have 20% increased... Wait, what does it say? 10% chance to freeze enemies which are chilled. Okay. That's the only bonus you got out of it. 10% bonus. The rest is not being put onto it. So supported skills have 20% increased effect of chill on enemies, and supported skills deal 20% more damage with hits and ailments. It should have been there, but it's just a bit of bonus damage that's been applied here. Oh, wait. Ailments that deal damage are bleeding, ignite, and poison. Okay. And some other things. So this is supported skills have 20% chance to cause monsters to flee. Supported skills have 20% chance to poison on hit. And added chaos damage. Yeah, why not just put that on it and see what happens? Wow. That one works. DPS is 3.2. No, it's nothing. Interesting. So, wait, what was it called? Lesser poison support at level 2. I do have a little better one. That's at least level 14. Let's put that on it. Nice. Whoa, okay, the damage went up by a lot. What else we got? Item rarity support. Increase the rarity of items dropped by enemies slain from supported skills, but no. Or physical damage is extra light now. One cannot be put there. Target the start of the movement. Anyway, chain support. Let's put that over there. That's the only gem that looks slightly different than all the others. Also, that one looks a bit different. That one and that one too. The rest is kind of like either active gem shaped or roundish, and special looking. There are only some. Like this fist, for example. That takes away an awful lot of space. Anyway, I said I wanted to talk to the NPCs. At least a little bit.
I was beginning to wonder if I'd overestimated your survival instincts. But now that you're here, take a moment to look over these curiosities that I've managed to liberate. Their previous owners lacked the sophistication to appreciate them. If we are to build ourselves a fresh civilization, we need a founding point. Somewhere to plant our brave new flag. Not this poor excuse for a shanty town. I've found just the place. A hideout. A quiet spot where we might continue our work in peace. I'll watch your back, and you watch mine. Sound feasible?
Interesting. So, yeah, tell me more about Vegan. You seem to have a bit of a
I have
quarrel.
never heard a man waste so many words on saying nothing. Vegan is a linguistic mass murderer, yet put a sword in his hand and he becomes a disturbingly efficient communicator.
Interesting. So, yeah, let's see. What does he have? Like, we got the lightning trap, we got puncture, and we got the fire trap. Traps. It's a trap. Okay, what about you?
Good to see you in San once again. I wish that we could be greeting under fairer skies, yet this city remains clouded in strife. Lunaris, eternal goddess of the moon, and her sister Solaris of the sun, have risen to reclaim what was once their own. Siblings equal in strength, mighty twin rivers converging, sweeping all before them. We are cornered animals, awaiting the deluge that will surely drown us. Yet, there exists a pair of ancient treasures, the Sun Orb and the Moon Orb. They are our hope, our desperation.
Okay, so get the orb, save the world. Woo! Tell me more about... Wait, Grigor? Wasn't Grigor the one that, the monster-looking dude?
Grigor is the butterfly that has lost its wings to a cruel child. And this place of respite has become a cage for his pain, a breeding ground of bad memory. We spoke, and Grigor shared his resolve with me. He can no longer live with the torment that piety has injected into his heart. Like the warrior poet he is, Grigor has ventured into the unknown to find a cure for his body and mind, or die in the attempt.
Let's hope he survives, because, you kind of like sad for him, really. Okay, Clarissa and Tolman.
The dead do not love the living, and the living cannot love the dead. People fear what they do not understand. I understand Clarissa. I am not frightened of her. I am frightened for her.
So, and the Gemling Legionnaires. Tell me more about them.
They walked our earth in the times of great strife. Cruel and hideous shadows, cast against the clay wall of ruined abode. Thaumaturge Malachi grew them out of the vain ambitions of his dark imaginings. Emperor Cheetus believed that the Legionnaires belonged to him, that all Gemling men would beat to the drum of his own crystalline heart. But as the silhouette of the Emperor faltered and fell, burned out by the light of true men, some of the Legion remained. The Catechism turned Legionnaire into monster, another mindless man of undeath. Yet this captain seems to have regained his faculties, some of his old warrior intelligence. I worry for the rest of his soldiers, how they may grow from mindless killing machines into something far worse.
Alright. So, and Lady Lisa, hello. So, Hagen.
Good to see you're still soldiering on. With all these gods and past horrors wandering around San, I don't assume anyone's alive and kicking these days.
Hi, hey, what are your thoughts on Clarissa and Tolman?
Quite the pretty pair, aren't they? Yeah, it's pretty bloody disturbing. That girl was once the sweetest lass I could name. Nowadays she's barking as batshite over that living corpse of hers. All it would take is a quick hard bash with a rock, and Tolman would no longer be a problem. Tempting, don't you think?
Alright. Solaris and Lunaris, the ones with the orbs.
Needing my eclectic expertise again, are we? Solaris and Lunaris got front and centre stage among them folks at the Eternal Empire. Solaris was thought to be the light of leadership, guiding and enlightening each emperor that sat the throne. In practice, most of them emperors turned out to be a bit dim. But then history and theology have never quite seen eye to eye. As for Lunaris, a goddess of the moon and earth, the mother of dreams and inspiration. Doesn't sound like a bad lady until you consider that dreams harbour nightmares, and that inspiration is just one notion shy of insanity.
What about the sun? That's a burning thing in the sky. It's a fireball. So, Gregor.
Grigor left without a single word to me, rude bugger. But I suspect his poetic soul has been drawn back home to Izmir. A long journey, but a trip worth taking to find solace among one's own people. Of course, they'll get quite the shock when they see him. Let's hope familial love is as nearsighted as they say. There are the fine tales Grigor will be able to tell them, of course. Come to think of it, now that Dominus has been knocked off his perch, there's nothing to stop the Izamites from learning a thing or two from Grigor's story. They might even consider invading this jewel and Rayclast's tarnished crown. I certainly hope they have just such an eye for opportunity. A man could make a tidy sum helping said invaders navigate San and its many as it.
Alright. Let's just check his items. We got some accuracy. The interesting thing about it is the amount of accuracy rating on it is 360. That's an awful lot. How much accuracy do you actually need in order to hit these enemies? And also, I wanted to read up more on the info tabs over here. I managed to get the stats and mods too. What was this spell about these? Well, something about staying alive thingy. Oh yeah, not dying. Fire damage that is a fire from a cannibal thrown toward can be mitigated by a source of fire resistance. Not too shabby. You can't kill monsters if you're dead. No shit. But alright, yeah, I have to read more on this stuff. Vendor recipe. Yeah, that was the only thing I was really interested in. Interesting guy. So, what about Narvalis? Do we have any? Nope, no coins available. Clarissa.
San is changing, and so are we who live here. There, Tolman. Don't you worry.
Oh!
I'll think of something.
What? Wasn't he supposed to be dead? Alright.
You told me Tolman was gone. You were wrong. I found him. No, Tolman, I never gave up on you. His soul remains, flickering deep down inside. Oh, Tolman, I know you're in pain, but it'll be over soon, I promise.
And when, like, soon, we all know when soon is, like 3 or 4 months or something, or 2 years. That's soon. TF.
My heart aches for Grigor. I know the battle in which he's engaged. It's like my own. A fight to make sense of life in a land that deems life to be worthless. I don't know where he's gone, but I do know he's looking to find himself. His true self. As we all must do in our own time.
Okay, Emperor Veruso.
By all accounts, Tarkus Veruso was a ruthless despot. A man to rival even the likes of Dominus. Yet his heart of stone contained one precious theme, his love for his wife, Chiara. So when the poor young woman died giving birth to Veruso's son, Caspero, the grieving emperor threw aside his great convictions and placed his last hope in thaumaturgy, in the Ankh of eternity. Perhaps it was shame that drove Tarkus to lock the Ankh away, to steal such hopes from his descendants. It was he who had asked his people to turn their backs on the ancient arts. So what right had he to enjoy that which he forbade? Love gave him that right.
Okay. At the Ankh of Eternity. Tell me more about this one.
As I understand it, the Ankh of Eternity was somehow able to return the dead to the full bloom of life. There was nothing necromantic about it. Rather, it was a source of true resurrection. How it came to exist, I honestly don't know. A couple of inscriptions I read treated the Ankh as some sort of gift to Veruso from the Val. But surely the Val were long gone by Veruso's time, weren't they? No matter. Despite the vagaries of the Ankh's origins, Veruso used the Ankh to return his young wife from the deathbed to the wedding bed. The accounts are unanimous on that point. As it was for Veruso's love, so shall it be for mine.
Okay, so find the Ankh. Is that another quest? No. Doesn't seem to be another quest here. Just the 2 orbs again and the essence of the hag. Ugh. This one is... Oh, another 20! Now look at that. Isn't that perfect? That's just perfect. Problem is I can't use it. Again. Item level 60. Yeah. Items with higher levels do have higher stats on them. That's just nice. So, but that's not what we want to do here. I actually want to achieve this at least. Items from vendor recipe. It's not gonna happen. The Val Orb takes an awful lot of stuff, which I don't have. Same for the Orb of Alchemy. Well, I could try to, but kill these unique monsters. Yeah, I could do that. Map says act number 8. That's 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 3 days, and then I think I will be able to finish that challenge.
Dodri Darktongue is the insidious infection that threatens to make septic the great and terrible wound that is Sarn. However, any certainty that I had as to her exact whereabouts has been sundered by the sheer stench of her presence. We shall have to deduce her location from those who know the area best. These locals that cling to Sarn like hungry maggots.
Maybe they just like Sarn and they don't want to leave it. So, yeah, the Eternal Sun.
If we are to see the dawn of a new era for humankind, the sun must be taught to behave herself. Upon that mighty span between Sarn's left hand and its right, Solaris burns to consume every single moment of existence. Sparing no thought for life and its needs, she would see the world parched barren before she yields to reason. The sun must be allowed to set, so that it may rise again as a blessing, not a curse.
Because otherwise it would just be a fireball in the sky.
A mother's keen heart shall bleed into the dreams of her daughter. Once a beauty who held captive the hearts of men and women alike, Shikari's splendor decayed into lust, for the power possessed by her skyborn mother. My daughter once sought out such power within the great sands of this desert. Ever determined, she found it, and it made of her the twisted creature you so mercifully dispatched. Driven by agony and shame, she built an army out here in these sweltering lands, and would have conquered the very sky had not the beast soothed her into peaceful oblivion, a babe once more sleeping in her cradle.
Okay.
In the Maraketh Desert, an oasis lies to the east, its waters shielded from prying eyes by a preternatural storm. The sand will rip the very flesh from your bones, should you be so foolish as to enter into its dark shroud. Yet enter you must. The goddess Shakari hides within that golden blizzard, festering with revenge as she resurrects and rebuilds her ancient army, an army that once threatened to shake the very balance of these lands. Should she be allowed to revitalize her troops, the whole of Maraketh will finally fall under the cruelty of her selfish reign. The storm is impenetrable for now, even to the likes of me, but there must be a way in. These Highgate locals, they have an affinity for the desert and harsh weather. One of them may know of a way to disperse this storm.
That was not what was written there.
It is not something I deign to speak of often, but this goddess, this creature, she was once the flesh of my flesh,
blood of my blood. I rose into the clouds and fell into the arms of their queen, the beautiful Garu Khan. Now, if you think that mortal marriages are difficult to navigate, try an immortal one. We parted ways, yet not before my young queen of the sands was born into this world of filth and horror. Now you see how I must suffer for the sake of humanity, to lay mine own daughter upon the sacrificial altar.
Okay, quick question. Why? Yeah. Yes.
It is not something I deign to speak of often, but this goddess, this creature, she was once the... If we are to see the dawn of a new era...
Okay, that's right.
A mother's keen heart shall bleed into the dreams of her daughter.
No.
In the Marraketh desert.
No.
It is not something...
No. That's interesting. So these three texts are not the same. Huh. Strange. I would almost think that this is for a following act, actually. Now, it's just to mix around. Either it's being mixed, or they just forgot that. Alright. Anyway, let's do something interesting. Let's go to the sound options. Reduce the dialogue, just for now. And go to Solaris. So, self-loving Solaris, all the light in the world, yet blinded by her own pride. Not once did she pause to question the truth of her sister's betrayal. Instead, she gloated over her sister's transgressions of proclaiming herself greater and more honorable than Lunaris could ever be, actually. I suppose one shouldn't be surprised when a sun deity takes the higher ground. We approach the zenith of our divine hunt. Upon the bridge that chokes the great wet throat of Sarn, Lunaris in her cold fury has forgotten that the warming sun of morning is as life-giving as the cooling damp of evening. The Empire Lunaris, yeah. The Empire Lunaris dreams of damn it. The Empire, it's not one of the sense. The Empire Lunaris dreams of shall be lit by moon and twinkling stars, and life itself shall wither away in that perpetual night. It's not the Empire Lunaris, like the empire named Lunaris. But it's... Okay, it's another empire that someone else dreamed of. Like, that's... Ugh. Ugh. Alright, so what else? Lunaris. One of two sisters who ruled the most populous and powerful of the ancient Asmerian tribes. Solaris was thought to guide the sun across the sky with threads of shimmering gold, whilst Lunaris saw to the wax and wane of moon with a sickle of purest silver. It was a peaceful partnership until the trickster Tangmazu happened upon their domain. In turning sister against sister, he saw to the massacre of thousands, whilst concealing the source of their futile feud. Beyond all reckoning. Feel no pity for the moon, she is a cold and distant fool, far less radiant. Far less radiant than she would suppose. Alright. So, we got that one. Dialogue. One. Perfect. Getting better and better at this. So, one day, the next day, just it's kind of like a Rock Lee kind of way of powering through.
Yes.
So,
what is it?
Yes. Ew. Wait. Elrian, Law Master. How many are? I thought that was 7 masters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Geomancer. But you know what? Let's create a hideout with this guy.
Though you hide your sophistication well, I simply knew you were an exile of discernment. Let's see the fruits of your astute decision, shall we?
And now we are being teleported to the backstreet hideout. Oh, that actually looks quite nice. It's not somewhere in... Like, first of all, it's nicely lit. It's not as much space here. But, yeah, that's a bright one. There's not too much going on here, but at least it looks interesting.
I know. It doesn't look like much at the moment. But since I made the effort to recognize the potential in you, perhaps you could do this place the same courtesy.
Alright, now claim this hideout. Well, could I? I could.
The mighty imperial capital of Sarn. Even it had no grander beginnings than this. Let's keep the momentum going. Procure a few more citizens. Choose carefully, though. One bad apple spoils the barrel.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, okay. I almost thought like this area would have just transformed, but alright. So, hideout, edit, hideout, edit. What is hideout? Oh, you have no hideout decorations. Oh. Alright, edit. What do we have? Editing. To move an object, drag it or press the arrow keys to remove. Okay. To rotate an object, drag between the two circles or press R, Shift, or just R. To change the variation of a decoration, use the mouse wheel or press page up or page down. To reclaim an object, select it and press delete. When finished, click the done button. Okay, so you can rotate like that. One thing that I don't really like is the fact that it does not automatically rotate with your adjustment. Like, you have to change it, and then you have to let go, and then you have to see what it actually does. So, wait a second. Okay. So the point on which you have clicked is the first one. And then you get a little bit like that. And a little bit like that. And a little bit. You can adjust it fairly quickly, that's good. But the thing is, you can't do this continuously, and it doesn't seem to have any snap effects there. That's also not so cool. Anyway, that was like something with interesting. Shift and it basically is just rotated left, rotated right. One strange thing here is the fact that this stash is not centered. Look at this. Like, it rotates around this center of axis here, and it's very interesting. The lowest part of the box is here. And it goes further to the left than to the right. That's strange. No, it doesn't do that. Okay, no, so it's just the UI to show you how you can rotate it. But the actual position is not really displayed. This is just some kind of like overlay, kind of like this one here, the stash tab, the name of it. So what was the other one? Like drag it around. Hey, that's interesting. That one won't work, would it? Oh, that's good. Okay, quick, done. And edit. Okay. I can move the stash around, which is pretty interesting. I can move Rusi around. I cannot, though, move the waypoint around. That would have been awesome. But yeah. So yeah, we don't actually use that much. So let's just put that over here. The stash can be put. Let's put it over there. There was another button, wasn't it? Yeah, something about variations. To change a variation of a decoration, use the mouse wheel or press page up or down. Let's press page up and down. Nothing happens here. And done. Now it just works as intended, really. So, yeah, let's just let's hope there was no real button to be pressed with page up and down. I think it's a little too close together. That's a little issue here. So, we put that over there, and that guild stash might be better suited up here. Let's put it somewhere like that, and this one will be placed here. And maybe like this. Actually, I like the boxes like that. It looks kind of sweet. Okay, let's have them oriented like this. And you are... Wait. Gonna be over here. Alright, done.
Now to even more important matters. the noble science of geomancy.
Ooh.
This cunning device has enabled me to alter the gem sockets in a myriad of artifacts. Providing you have sufficient mental fortitude, I might just be able to get you working a little geomancy of your own.
Oh yeah, geomancy. Wait. Where do I... Ah! Just click on it. Sweet. And crafting.
Now to even more important matters. The noble science.
Okay. Daily mission. Of course, daily mission. So, okay. Purchase decorations. For like favor cost 80. Favor cost 960. I do have 7,000 whatnot favor. Now, okay, big question. Favor. Is this dependent on the character or is this dependent on the account? Like multiple characters of your own. That would be interesting to know. But I believe what does it create an object in your hideout? One variation, 9. Slum large debris. No. Create an object in your variant rag. No. Like the anvil, yeah. But does the anvil actually do anything? Other than... No, there are no other infos on it. I want to buy it and just position it there. I'm very practical. So, alright. Daily mission.
Excellent. And do remember to temper your violence with elegance. We have standards to maintain.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Create an object in the hideout. Let's rotate that a little bit. I want it to be... I don't want it to look like this because that would be too flat. I want it to maybe kind of like this. Yeah, and then move it kind of like this. Maybe like so. That doesn't look good. Okay, that's alright. That's pretty good. So, done. 2 sockets. 3 sockets. 2 linked sockets. One of these. Oh, that's actually pretty... But 2 linked sockets are so easy to do. What else we got? We got 3 linked sockets. 4 linked sockets. At least 1 red socket. 2 red sockets. 1 green socket. 2... So the maximum you can have is 2 blue sockets. Or like 2 of a kind for now. And 4 linked sockets of whatever kind. Alright. 25. 4 linked sockets. 5 of them. Yeah, it's actually that's pretty alright. The thing is, 3 linked sockets are worth 3 of these. 2 linked sockets. Okay, they can't have 1 linked socket. But yeah. 2, 3. Okay, so there's at least always 1. Interesting. So, let's go to the ruined temple and see what that is. Activate a new weapon is... Waypoint is a way of saving your experience. Is it?
A moment of your time.
Where are we? We are... no idea where we are, really. So, and let's stop.
Let's see who is next on my list. Ah, yes, they'll do nicely. Kill this selfish malcontent and do it with all possible speed. Though they have deeply disappointed me, I still rather like this particular villain. Make it quick and relatively painless.
Interesting. The portal itself has a very nice effect here. It has 1 layer that rotates around it, which the runes, they are really nice. They're kind of like deformed by some heat or whatever. Alright, so let's just do the mission really quick. Do I? Okay, I got all the heralds on. Let's get the golem. Oh, that one looks sweet. So now, will it blend? That's the thing. What will it do? Nothing. Not a thing. Alright, anyway, we are not here to explore, we are here to finish the quest. Yeah, as I said, finish the quest. Do-do-do-do, bing. Ooh, look at that. Nyo. And another one. Ah, come on, move. Oh yeah, right click is moving. Oh, this is a special one. Was a special one. Oh, that was fast. What kind of mission was that?
When we improve ourselves or the lives of others, someone must invariably bear that cost.
Okay. How's it? All in a day's work. Yay! Achievement unlocked. But it's not an achievement that I need. Oh no! That was an enemy.
So there you are.
You've already attempted this daily mission today. Attempted. That means you can also mess it up. And there's my reputation. 7,698 out of 8,000 whatnot. So maybe it's there to actually give you access to items and not to be a way of purchasing things. So purchase items, sell items, create hideout, dismissible receipt. What if I dismiss him? When you dismiss the master, they lose all reputation for their current level. Are you sure you want to dismiss the master? No. Okay. But I can also...
What is it?
There we go, create a hideout.
Though you hide your sophistication well, I simply knew.
And there we go, again to the backstreet thingy. Okay.
I know. It doesn't look like much at the moment.
Yeah.
The mighty Imperial...
Interesting. And it's almost back to standard. Almost. Anyway, let's keep that.
Yes, what is it?
Purchase decoration. You can do this every time, but I don't want to waste my reputation on him, really. Purchase decoration. Look at this. Maybe I'm actually buying this from him. Well, alright. Probably the most annoying hideout you could ever have here, but anyway. Cyclone. Damage enemies around you when performing a spinning series of attacks. So, where do we put that? Either here. Well, actually, no, this is a green one. And what? Oh, these were special. I have to make a very interesting page on it. Wait, these two are for collectibles, and this one can be sold.
Yes, what is it?
Alright, so, what was it I wanted to go next? I can't go in this area, but anyway, act number 8, let's move on. Can I get another?
Heard you have a posse to call your own now. Don't ask me how I know. A good fighter needs more than one pair of eyes. Now, settling down can be a tricky business. My 3 ex-wives will tell you that. As luck would have it, I've been looking around for a cozy nook in which to set down my stone wheel. How about it? Need someone like me to sharpen up the place? You and I, we're what you call mature fighters. Seasoned. We've done our time kipping in ditches, getting a few winks with our back against a tree. We've earned a holdfast, a little posse to call our own. And I know just the place. Yes, I know you've already found yourself a little hidey hole, but I recall something my old man used to say to me. In war, a fighter's only as good as the guy covering his ass. I could be that guy, and, as you've probably gathered already, I'm pretty damned good. Food for thought, eh, fighter?
Invite to hideout. Let's see, maybe that works.
Ha! I knew you were a thinking man's exile.
That is... Are there always 2 per city? I think so. Oh, bargain.
If Sam wasn't mad enough, now we've got some whip-tongued hag cooking up a stinking curse in the sewers. Took it from her mother-in-law at first. But no, based on my meagre historical knowledge, I reckon we have a certain